everyone, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center, and we are getting ready to go back into an active weather pattern. So I hope you've enjoyed that little taste of spring we had for this weekend. The next, today and tomorrow, it's seasonal conditions, but then it gets wet. Then snow is on the way. Stronger winds are expected. In fact, here is a look at your weather headlines through the next several days. We do have rain, snow, and wind all on the way with back-to-back systems impacting the Pacific Northwest. Rain showers, wintry mix starts up Tuesday night, then we get rain Wednesday, and then snow Wednesday night going into Thursday. So let's look at a couple of things. We're taking a deep dive into your most reliable forecast just to show you exactly what we're expecting and exactly what we've seen through the last couple of hours, really through today. So the next 3 days, we're looking at some minor impacts through the passes, which means accumulating snow through the Cascades. And we're talking a 12 inches plus through the mountains. And the only weather alerts really because of this are on the west slopes of the Cascades. And that's where we're looking at 6 to 12 inches of snow. And in that weather alert, it says above 3,500 feet, but that's for the other side of the mountains. In the lower elevations, it's not really going to be much the same here for the Tri-County area. We're talking trace to maybe 4 inches for a few spots. And temperatures during the day are getting well above freezing. So right now, roads are dry, and we see a lot of shadows on the ground. That's indicative of in and out clouds. Now through the Cascades, more cloud cover, and some of those roads are a little bit damp. Look at Government Camp. We do have some spots where you can see a little bit of blue even in the camera. So let's hit the cameras across the Tri-County areas. Some of these are from the Oregon Hazards Lab. Others are ones from the Prineville Airport, Pine Mountain, Hoodoo, Bachelor, and they're all showing much the same. We do have partly cloudy conditions and some bigger changes on the way. So satellite and radar shows that there is some cloud cover over the high desert, just no precipitation. When we look at the bigger picture, what we see is that this cloud cover is really just going to be in and out here through the next couple of days. There is a cold front well off the coast. It's about 200 miles off the coast of the Pacific Northwest through western Washington from the Cascades all the way to the Pacific coastline. We do have showers with some snow showers, but in Oregon, really, a few sprinkles around Astoria. And looking at the bigger picture, this is all part of a system that has a cold front that's just offshore and stretched further to the south. But when we look at the bigger picture, we're noticing a couple things. First, there's a very deep low that's out over the Pacific Ocean off the California and Baja coastlines. That's just going to roll inland and go through the Four Corners region, pretty much passing us up. But further out over the Pacific Ocean, not only do we have a ridge of high pressure, but there are some clouds. But let's go even further. That huge system way out over the Pacific on the other side of the tail end of the Aleutian Islands, that one is going to redevelop and move into the Pacific Northwest later in the 7-day planner, bringing even more changes. So really what's going to happen is this front that's just offshore. It's going to gradually work its way inland, and as it does, it starts to fizzle out, and just before redeveloping, it rolls out of the Tri-County area. So it slows down, takes its time moving through the high desert, and that's why we're looking at continued dropping snow levels because of the cooler air mass on its backside. Let's time it out for you. Here through tonight, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Watch what happens tomorrow afternoon. Look at the Cascades. Already seeing some showers coming up the west slopes of the Cascades. At this time, I see a couple specks of pink, but that's about it. Snow levels fall. Tuesday night, we're looking at rain and snow showers, mostly snow in the Cascades. That's when we start to see that mountain snow totaling up. But it doesn't stop there. Remember, this system is fizzling out. This is all still well in advance of our cold front. And as that cold front pushes through, we have even more rain on Wednesday. Winds are going to be getting gusty at times for the high desert. And then on the backside of that cold front, the snow levels and temperatures fall again. And we're looking at snow showers Wednesday night and into Thursday. But also Thursday, some in and out clouds, winds becoming breezy for many of us, and another system rolls in as we're wrapping up the work week. So that's what I mean by back-to-back systems pushing through the Pacific Northwest. Most of the snow totals are going to be in the Cascades, and we do see some hot pink there, so we are expecting 12 plus inches. But when we take a closer look, here's how it plays out. Through tonight, a few sprinkles maybe. By tomorrow afternoon and evening, we start to see some of those showers. And by Tuesday at 11 p.m., there's up to an inch through the Cascades. That's just the beginning of this system. By Wednesday at 11 p.m., this is as snow levels are falling, transitioning us to snow. We have a few light totals. We're talking a trace in some of our lower elevations, but 6+ inches through the Cascades. And then 6 to 12 inches through the Cascades. by the time it's all said and done, Thursday at 11 p.m., we're mostly going to be getting wet. Some snow showers are expected. Light totals with some areas of 1 to 4 inches, with 4 to 8 inches going up the east slopes of the Cascades and 12 plus inches through the mountains. Now let's talk temperatures. In the last 24 hours, we've been ranging from the 40s to the 60s. That's 63 degrees in Warm Springs. I believe that's a holdover from yesterday, because that's a look at temperatures for the last 24 hours. Right here and right now, we're sitting solidly in the 50s, and temperatures are running between 1 degree warmer to 8 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago. But here through tonight, it gets cold. It gets freezing. We're falling down to 32 degrees as a low, and tomorrow back up into the 50s across the high desert. Wind gusts right now are between 15 and 20 miles per hour. Actual winds are 5 to 15 miles per hour, mostly coming out of the west. And here in the next couple of hours, that starts to taper off. We get a light breeze overnight. By tomorrow, it's getting breezy through the afternoon. Then that system starts to impact us. We're looking at gusty winds at times by Wednesday afternoon because of that next system, with winds becoming variable but staying breezy by Wednesday night. Now, let's talk temperatures. Tonight, 30s with a few 20s out there, so some of us get well below freezing. Now, that'll be our higher elevations. By Tuesday, we're looking at 50s, a few 60s and 40s, not out of the question, but look at this 7-day plan. There's so much to talk about. Okay, so that next system rolls in Tuesday night. We're looking at a wintry mix. Wednesday, mostly rain and mountain snow. Wednesday night, transition from rain to snow. Start to get some of those totals in the lower elevations. And then Thursday, partly cloudy, in and out cover, gusty conditions, and some snow showers lingering over the high desert. The lunar eclipse is Thursday night, starting a couple hours before midnight, going a couple hours after midnight, and hopefully we get enough clearing that that's going to be visible. And then we get back into an active weather pattern with another system approaching us just in time for the weekend. So that is the latest in weather, and across the high desert, it's about to get wild. I hope you enjoyed those spring-like conditions if you're a sunshine person, but if you're still a winter person, then you're getting ready for a little bit more mountain snow, 12 plus inches through the Cascades. We do have a winter weather advisory for the west slopes of the mountains, and that rain starts up Tuesday night and continues through Wednesday, and then it becomes snow Wednesday night going into Thursday. That's it. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. We'll have the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast at 5 and 11 on ABC and at 6, 7, and 11 on CBS. Join us for Central Oregon Daily News.